Hi Scorpio, welcome to your May love reading. This is Shooting Stars Tarot. Let's go ahead and get started. If you'd like to request a private reading, you can email me at shootingstarstaro@gmail.com. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So Spirit and Universe, what are the love messages that you have for Scorpios this May 2016? Go ahead and get started. This one. Okay. Wow, this is beautiful. I mean, I just love all the colors here, Scorpio. All right. You're coming out of April in thought. The Hanged Man is a card of suspension and waiting, but not with a worrisome undertone. Okay, it's just trusting the process. And it's also, there's a divine energy here. You can see the light behind his head. So you're really coming out of April and into May knowing that things are how they are and they're going to be how they're going to be. And it's almost like you've done everything that you can do, and now you're just going to do your thing and wait and see. And I like that energy, at least coming into May, okay? Especially because you're in your primary position. We have the Hierophant, and this is a very divine energy. You have a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards, so there's a lot going on here for you in May. But the Hierophant is a card of marriage alliance. It can be. It can mean marriage. It can be mercy. It can mean mercy and goodness, inspiration. So there's a divine energy here, and you're trusting that process, Scorpio. So whatever it is, you're trusting the process so much that you're just going to kind of let it go and watch how it develops. But knowing that you've done everything that you can do to be in the position that you're in. And what's good is that this is your primary position. So this means that you have the divine energy that's on your side, and it's what's the word I'm thinking of? Momentum. So the energy works in mysterious ways, but one thing that is definitely true is that action begets action. And so when you put everything out into the universe and you take action, it builds momentum. And then it may take a while, but that momentum eventually comes back to you, right? But if you're not doing anything, nothing's going to come back to you. But this is a card of knowing you've done everything that you can do, and everything's out there. And then this is a card of it coming back to you, okay? You've trusted in the process, and now it's coming back to you. And I love this, Scorpio, because what's crossing you is this can be your challenge or a benefit position. You have the Knight of Cups. And this is a card, it's a messenger card, but it's also a card of approach and proposition and change and initiative and initiation. And so this card, you or somebody else, they're going to bring messages. They're going to bring help. They're going to bring help, and they're going to be proposing things to you. So this could very well mean that you or somebody else will be proposing to you. You could be getting engaged. This also means that they're very clear in their communication. Knight of Cups is very clear in their communication, so they very much could be uh, telling you they want to take the relationship to the next level, a more solid commitment, okay? And if you're dating, if you're just single and you're dating, someone's going to be very clear about their intentions with you, and they're going to be uh, fast approaching and being very clear that they want to be in a relationship with you and they don't want to date anybody else. If you're in a committed bond, um, there's going to be a deepening there, and you're both going to be coming together, and you're going to be communicating in a way that deepens your bond and starts new projects together. So you're going to be coming full circle and kind of starting a new phase of your relationship. Okay. Now the Empress here, the third card, is a card of development and change. The Empress is very fertile. She's a beautiful, warm energy. Uh, she's very fruitful. She's very action oriented. Okay. It can also mean clandestine. So this could be not kind of not knowing really what's happening, but trusting that it is happening. Um, Trusting yourself, trusting your partner. They're going to be trusting you. It can also mean um, the unknown, right? And so you could be putting everything out there. There's all this communication. There's a deepening of bonds, but then you don't really know what's going to happen next. So everything here, as you're starting May and coming out of April and starting May, this base card is saying that there's an underlying tone of not really knowing what the next step is. There's going to be clear communication, but still it's not knowing because it's not solidified yet, and you may not know if you want to go that route either. Okay. And then what we have crowning the situation is the Five of Swords, and this is a card of battles. And with the Five of Swords, I don't know if you can see this. I don't like this card because it's like everybody's losing, right? Nobody wants to be fighting, but everybody's fighting. These two are walking away. He's sitting here picking up the pieces, kind of has a smirk on his face because he feels like he won, but he really didn't. Because he lost his friends, he lost his family, he lost his relationship, all because of some stupid battle, right? So the positive tone that I can apply to this card is that it's in your crowning position, so there could be an error, there could be a fight, there could be an issue, you could lose somebody, but it doesn't mean that it all just doesn't get fixed, right? Because sometimes things get really bad and then they all of a sudden there's all this forgiveness and everything gets good. So just expect that there might be a pretty big fight this in May, and it's really going to be in how you handle yourself and communicate. No matter what the other person does, because at the end of the day, all we can really do is control ourselves, right? We can seek guidance and seek advice on what to do in certain scenarios, but it's how we handle ourselves that dictates the future a lot of times, right? So there's probably going to be a battle, but I think the key is going to be there's a deep connection. You've done everything you can do, so it's going to probably cause this weird feeling of not knowing what's going to happen, and it's going to be uncomfortable for a minute, but then don't worry, because in your near future we have the Chariot, a major arcana card, and this means rapid change, rapid development, okay? And you're in control of the situation because he's sitting in his chariot, and that's it. I mean, there's going to be messages coming. It seems like it's very healthy development, okay? So I wouldn't worry too much about this, but it's probably going to not be some little tiny fight. It's probably going to be something that's pretty big. Okay, I'm not saying it's a breakup. I'm just saying it's going to be uncomfortable for a minute. But the Chariot is a card of triumph and providence. It can be a card of war, but it's swift movement, swift changes. So there's going to be this nice warm beginning issues, and then everything's going to get resolved. Okay. Now, how you're viewing the situation, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a card of growth and offerings, and it's almost like things are just being handed to you. It's almost like this happiness is automatically just handed to you, and it just comes to you, and you don't even ask for it or want it. And that's because you've done everything you can do, and there's this divine energy, this spiritual energy behind you that's kind of guiding you and offering this person to you. And plus, it seems like they really want to be there. Okay, they're very direct in what they want, and so you're going to be really feeling that this is going to be this is a person for you. Okay. And it could be a water sign, it could be a fiery energy because we have wands here. How they're viewing the situation is the Queen of Wands. So remember when I said how you handle yourself in this situation? This is how they view you and how they view the situation. And this is a card of being of one, taking action, being very communicative, always working towards growth and development and making things work. It's a card of respect and honor. And so this is how they're going to be viewing you. But the key is, Scorpio, that they're going to be viewing you in this manner as long as through this you handle yourself with respect. Okay? Don't get caught up in proving your point. Don't get caught up in just writing them off because they offended you, you know, things like that. Actually really work and take mental note and try to handle yourself with respect, with honor, and coming from a loving place. Okay, no matter what they do. I mean, you want to stick up for yourself in some regards, but I'm just saying how you handle that situation is going to keep them viewing you like this, and that's what you want. Okay. Now, in your hopes and fears position, this is the Three of Wands, and this is a man who's standing up. He's on a vantage point. He's standing up on a hill. He's planted his wands firmly in the ground. He's done everything he can do. And now he's set everything into motion, and he's kind of waiting for his ships to come in. Okay? This can be a card of delay, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means it will happen. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Okay? Because he's waiting for his ships to come in. But as you can see, there's ships here. They are there. He's just waiting, and it's taking a little bit longer. But he can see them all. Okay? This is a card of business. This is a card of enterprise, and this is a card of success. Okay? There's just always delay in success, right? So in your hopes and fears position, you're wanting the success, but you're going to start to get fearful because as this comes about, this resolution, it'll be fast changing, but it won't get you back to square one where you really want to be. You're still going to be kind of monitoring it, okay? And it's going to make you uneasy because as a water sign, Scorpio, you don't like feeling uneasy, right? You like feeling calm, and you like when things are smooth and connected and there's an even flow, and not only an even flow, but it has to be a warm, even flow because you really absorb energies around you like Pisces and Cancers do. And so when there's nervousness and somebody else maybe is insecure in a situation, you soak that up and absorb it, and it makes you uncomfortable. And it's all their issue, but you make it your issue because you're absorbing what they're feeling. And so that's what this card is about, this final outcome. And he's looking directly at this Five of Swords. He's looking directly at this fight. So whatever this feeling is, whatever this waiting is, it's all because of this. And but again, don't ever discount wands because they're always growing, they're always developing, they're always firmly planted in the ground, and they're always sprouting buds of new development and growth. That's the thing about air signs or fire sign Scorpio, is they are always optimistic. They're always clear in their communication. They know what they want, and they're always planting new seeds to make things grow. They're the eternal optimists, okay? Leos, Aries, Sagittarius. They are the eternal optimists. So no matter what happens, they always think it can always get worked out. They always are rooting for the underdog. They always very, very, very positive energies around the fire sign. So that's what this energy is, okay? So he's worried, he's focusing on this, but he also knows, and he's kind of protecting himself with his around the wands, right? He's kind of hiding behind him, and he's worried. But deep down behind him, he knows that one, he knows he's just worried, and two, he knows that everything's going to be okay. And so that's what I love about fire signs. And it also shows here in this card. He's like, oh man, gosh, I need this to come in this week, but it's going to probably end up being to the end of May, but it's like, if only this could just change now. But he's like, okay, at least I know it's going to change. It's like that positive, optimistic attitude, okay? All right, Scorpio, so overview. I think this is ending up being kind of short, but anyway, overview. Trusting the process. Lots of communication, lots of approaches, lots of advances, propositions. You're going to feel there's a divine connection there, okay? You're going to feel like this is a position where there's lots of growth. There's going to be an issue. There's going to be fast changes. You're going to be viewed upon with respect as long as you handle yourself well here, okay? You're going to feel it's a divine connection. Things might take a little bit longer to get resolved, but it's okay. Remain hopeful because it will be fine, all right? All right, Scorpio, let's look at oracle cards. Spirit and universe, are there any additional messages that you have for Scorpio regarding their love life in May 2016 for this reading? The Singer of Healing. That sounds appropriate right off the bat, doesn't it? Healing of mind, body, and spirit. This is the Healer's card, and its presence in a reading may speak to healing to be given or healing to be received. The circumstances and processes of reaching well-being may seem easy, or they may bring great challenges. In either case, we are asked to participate in our own healing as we are strengthened by the singer. More usually, the singer speaks of both giving and receiving because we cannot truly and freely give without receiving as well. Healing is something that flows through us, not from us, and as such, we are inevitably affected by its passage. Drawing this card tells us of both the need to be tells us of both a need and an opportunity for healing ourselves and perhaps others as well. Healing is not something you do, it is something you are. All right, Scorpio. So whatever this is, it's going to be pretty major. It's going to affect you quite deeply. But don't focus on that because there's all this positive stuff that's happening. I mean, it's divinely driven. And so really, don't get focused on this. Okay? Don't focus on this. You will, even though I'm saying not to, because look at, this is what's happening here. Or if you're dealing with a fire sign, they may be focusing on it. So it's going to be up to you to manage how you interact with this situation. And if they need healing from this, give it to them because it could change how all of this pans out, okay? If you are dealing with a fire sign and they are worried, but they also know it's going to be okay, but they may need you to just tell them it's going to be okay and that you're not worried about it, okay? Something simple like that can have drastic changes in relationship. Okay. All right, Scorpio, that was your May reading. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next month.